Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.
It's quite the sight to see and then to hear too, the rumble of the bikes as they roll into Higdon Hall, and every year tears just kind of drip down my face. It's pretty incredible to see the support that we get for our organization and from our community.
This episode of Bring Back the Porch brought to you by Medicine Hat Monumental, crafting quality memorials of distinction since 1970. Well, get your motor running. Head out on the highway. September the 12th, the annual toy run for the Santa Claus Toy Fun Run. Joining me is Heather McCaig and Deanna Dirtson, Executive Director of the Santa Claus Fund. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Now, in the heat of the summer, it doesn't seem right to be talking about Santa Claus, but it comes faster than we are. We're never ready for it when it comes, but you're getting ready to, how many years now?
40th annual.
40. Were you there at the beginning?
No, there was actually a group of six or seven individuals that started the toy run. And I came on in 2005, 2006 with my leadership class, and we started sorting the toys. And then once I started riding, I joined the committee, and I've been there since then.
And how is your involvement? How did that come about, Deanna?
So I've been with the organization for 9 years now, and so since its inception, since I started with Santa Claus Fund, I've been a part of the committee, and it's just a great event and something I'm very proud to be a part of, play a small part in.
It definitely is a spectacle when you see all of those bikes coming down the highway from Irvine.
Yes, we normally have between 800 and 1,000 bikes. We actually get more riders out to Medicine Hat than Calgary. We actually did a competition one year, and we actually had more than Calgary did. So it's pretty phenomenal to come out and watch and be a part of it.
It's quite the sight to see and then to hear too, the rumble of the bikes as they roll into Higdon Hall, and every year tears just kind of drip down my face. It's pretty incredible to see the support that we get for our organization and from our community.
So what is it about bikers and toys?
I think it's just, a lot of people look at riders and they just think, oh, they're big burly people and, they don't have a heart. Completely the opposite. I've found that the motorcycle community has the biggest heart, and they donate so much, and they want to give back. We all know how blessed we are, and to be able to be in this kind of an organization and give back to little kids that wouldn't have Christmas otherwise, and families that are struggling, it means so much.
Who's our guest on the table?
Well, this year, because it's our 40th annual, we have some things that will be available to purchase, and we have limited amounts of our little polar bear guy. Yeah, so on the front of it, you have the Toy Run pin. On the back, he has a patch to match on his vest, and we'll be selling those for $30 the day of the run, but there's only 100 of them, so you have to be there fast.
Limited edition.
Yeah.
Does this little fellow have a name? Have you given him a name?
We actually haven't.
We haven't.
You should have a contest.
We should.
We will. That's a great idea.
Yeah, have a contest to give this little fellow a name.
Yeah, and we're going to have a couple other things as well. So we've got playing cards that are limited edition as well, and then we have mugs that we'll be selling too, and we might have a couple other items too that'll.
And where will the sales be? At the Higdon Hall?
At Higdon Hall, you bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the day of the run through the events for me.
Sure. So Lou and Mark at the Irvine Hotel has pancake breakfast, and I believe that starts at 9, so people can come out and hang out and that kind of thing. And then at 11:30 sharp, kickstands are up, and it's sharp because I've had to run in a couple years to get to my bike. And we'll be heading out down the highway. We typically hit the Medicine Hat Lodge corner around 12. So if people in the community want to come and watch, they need to line the highway prior to that. They need to look at their travel plans, because we will go from the Medicine Hat Lodge corner all the way down to where Crestwood Pool is, and you can't cut across the line of bikes. So just to make people aware of that. And then we'll go into the Higdon Hall, and we have a barbecue from the Kinsmen are barbecuing. The leadership kids from Crescent Heights High School always serve the burgers. And
we have Don't Tell Mama providing the entertainment. They're a fantastic
Don't Tell
band.
Mama. Okay.
Yeah, fantastic band out of Tabor?
Yeah, I think
or no,
so.
Fort McLeod
McLeod.
area. And this is their second year performing for us. They're great. So come on out, dance, have a couple beverages, and then we have a huge silent auction as well.
So we want people to, come and bid on that. We'll be having 50-50 there too. And then this year, because it is our 40th, we're having a massive after party, which is really exciting.
Yeah, so that will take place at Ralph's, and Don't Tell Mama will be there as well that evening, providing some entertainment. We'll have a bit of a live auction, and we're hoping lots of people from the community will just come out and celebrate our 40th year, and bring the spirit of the season to the event.
Do we have any records from that first year to tell us how many participants there were and how many toys were collected? They didn't keep
We're
that,
digging for some information, so stay tuned. There might be some information released in the coming weeks, but at this point we're still looking.
Yeah.
Well, and if there's anybody out there that was at the first one, we don't necessarily know who those people are. The one lady that I know passed away. So, if there is people out there that maybe was a part of it, that would be great to
We'd
get
love
a hold
to
of
talk
us.
to you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. How do people get involved with their vehicles, with their bikes?
If you're riding, you can come out to Irvine and then join the parade route. If you're a community member, we're wide open. We would love community members to come. You can just join us at Higdon Hall after 12 and be a part of the festivities for the afternoon, or come to Ralph's.
Absolutely.
And what kind of toys are best? I've seen some monstrous toys on the front of some of those bikes.
Yeah.
It's incredible to see what people come out with every year. So most needed items for the Santa Claus Fund are gifts for girls from 7 to 12, boys from 10 to 12, and then 0 to 2 is always an age group that we're looking for, and then of course books for all ages, 0 to 17. Every child gets a book. And so, those are kind of our most needed items, but really we're grateful for every donation.
And the need keeps growing as well.
Sadly it has. It has, in the 9 years that I've been with the organization, the need in our community has doubled. And so we're seeing, last year we served 1,271 local children we provided Christmas for, and that equates to about 700 families. So not only did we provide those children with toys for Christmas, but we also distribute grocery gift cards to help families purchase a Christmas meal. And in 2025, we gave out over $100,000 in grocery gift cards.
That means you have to raise that money through the toy run.
Yeah, the toy run and other things as well that the Santa Claus Fund does. We're always looking for donations. So if there's people in the community that we haven't gone to solicit and they would love to donate, we can have donations dropped off at Badlands Harley Davidson. They can get a hold of either one of us. We're looking for things for the live auction. We're looking for things for the silent auction. Any of that kind of stuff would be really, really wonderful to help us out with those goals.
And we used to see the Santa Claus Fund at the mall, but you have moved.
We have, yes. So we were hoping that we would be there for a little while, but our space was rented out, and so we have moved next to Tutti Frutti on Dunmore Road. So we've been in that space before. We're hoping that we'll get to stay there for a couple of years, but if you're looking for us, that's where we are.
Okay. Now, do the bikers have to have the toy with them on the run?
Not necessarily. As I said, you can drop them off early if you want to. Most of the time, people love to stuff their bikes with them so that you can see them riding down, and that's part of
build that mountain of toys the day of.
Yeah. So it's really cool. What we do is we have tents that are there the day of, and then as the riders come in before they go and get their burger, they put down their toys, and literally the mountain of toys goes up to where the globe is from the ground. Like, it just stacks. It's amazing what comes in. Like, it really is. Like when Deanna said she cries coming in, I do too.
Yeah.
And we're not weather dependent either. This is happening if it's pouring
rain or shine. Yeah.
And there's been a couple years where we have had torrential rains. And I remember standing out in Irvine and I'm watching people come, and I just, it makes you tear up.
It is,
because it's so amazing what our community is willing to do and what people are willing to step up for.
Yeah. the toy run itself is one day, but you work on this 365 days of the year.
Yeah, we take Christmas Day off. Yeah, that's about it. But yes, it's and all of our donations are completely due to the generosity of our community. So we get no other funding. So all the dollars raised we support local, we purchase all our stuff local, and then all the dollars come in from the generosity of our community.
So you have this mountain of toys on September the 12th.
Yep.
What do you do with them after then? How do you get them all? You must have a logistic nightmare.
Well, we have some incredible volunteers with the Santa Claus Fund. And so we have volunteers that just come in and they pack up those toys and bring them back to our holiday home and stock our shelves. And then we, throughout the season, the toys that come in during Toy Run really kick us off those first few days when we start serving families. And we're just so grateful for the support.
Yeah. What's the reaction when you actually deliver them to the families?
So we don't actually deliver toys. That changed a couple years ago now, probably 10 years back. So how it works now is families come in and they apply. So it's kind of like a doctor's waiting room. So it's a first come, first serve. They apply. We qualify families using the low income scale provided by the federal government. And then once we've determined that a family qualifies to use our services, it's set up like a toy store. So mom or dad get to come back and they get to choose the items for their children. So each child gets 2 toys. They get a stuffed animal, a book, and a variety of stocking stuffers. And then we provide the families with a grocery gift card to purchase a Christmas meal, and we send them on their merry way. And so, last year we had over 700 families in that we were able to serve that in that fashion.
And I can tell you my parents volunteer there as well. And my mom is often a shopper. So she goes with the families and the moms as they pick up things. And she always tells me about how thankful everybody is for the donations and what it means to them. And she's had people cry as she's taking them through. And
there's a lot of tears there for
a lot
sure.
Of handkerchiefs and
lots of Kleenex boxes on every table, right? For sure.
Yeah.
There's certainly a lot of gratitude because, a lot of our families are families that kind of get by, right? And so they're living paycheck to paycheck. Mom's working 2 different jobs, but then you throw in Christmas and the financial burden just becomes too much. And if we can just take that little bit of weight off of our shoulders, I mean, it's such a blessing to be able to do that. And the gratitude that we see is just, it's pretty phenomenal. Very touching.
People can come to the office with their donation. Is there a way electronically that people can donate?
Sure, on our website. So giving at mhsantafund.com, and then there's a donate here button. And certainly they can make a donation online, and that's very appreciated.
One other thing, too, that we should mention is being that it is the 40th annual, as I said earlier, we've got these items that we'll be having for sale, but we have clothing that we are also going to be having for sale. So we've set up a store with Tiki Press. So it's merchy.ca. People can go in and we're going to have a QR code up so that people can look at. You can take a picture of it and then they will print whatever you want. They will have it at the store for pickup. If you're from out of Medicine Hat and you'd still like something, they will ship as well. And 20%-ish of everything you purchase goes directly back to the Santa Claus Fund and back to the families. So we're hoping that we're not going to have stock at the toy run because then we end up with stock left over. And that doesn't work. So we're going to be doing it this way, although we will have some computers there to help people purchase if they need that at that time.
Does Santa Claus ride a Harley?
Yes. Santa Claus does ride a Harley, and typically Mrs. Claus has come with him. And then if you're unable to go get a toy prior to, he also protects the donation box. So Santa Claus will have a donation box on the back of his bike that you can put a donation in as well.
And then he knows that you have been nice.
Naughty or nice,
naughty.
100%.
He's watching.
Yes.
So again, Saturday, September the 12th, starting at 9 in the morning, as always at the Irvine Hotel.
Yes.
And then into town around 11:30, and then noon or so at the Higdon Hall, and lots of fun and frivolity after that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that we haven't touched on?
I think just really, we really want to put out to the community that they're welcome to come. And just a huge thank you. Like this, our committee is about 12 of us, and we start working in April. to put this on, and we have a very dedicated crew. We're always looking for more people who are dedicated who'd like to come out and help if there's people interested in that. And we just can't thank the community of Medicine Hat and area for stepping up the way that they do and helping us make Christmas possible for 700 families.
Deanna Dirksen, the Executive Director of the Santa Claus Fund, and Heather McCaig, organizer.
One of. Yes.
Thanks for the visit.
Thank you
for having us.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.